I picked up a Craftsman. It's an 8-horse chipper shredder. They said that the engine is running good in it, but the chipper quit working. And so I started it up. It has a little on-off switch here. But when this boy fired up, it lit into a vibration that you wouldn't believe. And that switch doesn't work. I turned that pig to off and nothing. It was having to come apart. So I had to reach up and grab that spark plug wire. It lit me up. Anyway, that was the fun part. The scary part is I took the outside cover off and the hopper, obviously, but you get in this inside, you can see what happened. I think the roll pin come out of that one, and then those flail weights come loose and just went ape in here. You can see where it just, I'll bet it made a racket. They probably thought they threw a steel bar in there with the branches. But it looks like there's 3 of the flail weights, and there's a pin that goes through the outside. Like this one. And once it's in, with the spacers and the washers, this just chucks into a hole in the back. And that roll pin locates through one of the spacers and holds everything together. So I think that roll pin come out, and when it come out, it allowed that pin to come out, and then everything else just come unglued. I looked at this entire piece online, and they want like $400 and something for it. So it's not worth that. I think what I'm going to try to do is straighten this piece up, get the pin working back in there straight. I'll take one of these apart and make a pattern. I'll cut out 3 more weights and make some more spacers. And then while I'm in here, I'm going to replace these roll pins because these are pretty loose on some of them. I don't know if it's just that roll pins wearing or what's going on, but that's where we're at on this one. So I'll go ahead and get that straight and get the pin lined up, and then I'll pull the others out and see if we can. I think those flail weights on, I guess they call them weights, but they're like 18 to 20 bucks a piece, so you'd be 60 bucks in those, and the spacers are about 15. So I think by the time the smoke cleared, you'd be 100 bucks just to replace these pieces right here. So I think I'll just try to put something together here with the parts that I have, some scrap plate, and see if we can get it running again. Well, we finished those up. Too bad, considering the duplicate flail blades. I took the sample set, one of the sets off. It was still decent, I should say. And basically just traced around it, cut them out with the little portable bandsaw, and then clamped them together, ground them to size, put the notches in the bottom, and I set them up on the top, run a transfer punch down through, drill them out, and then for little spacer pieces, I just took some 1-inch solid bar and turned the face on it, drilled the 1/2-inch hole in it, and cut them to length, sat them back in and trued them up on the lathe, and then the one piece that has the set pin, we set it back up in the mill and drilled it out. So we should be ready to go. We have the roll pins, and we'll get those placed back in, make sure that all works. Then I'm gonna pull the blades off that are on there, sharpen them up, get them ready to go, and we'll reassemble it and fire it up, see what happens. They might adjust that power switch first though, make sure I can shut it off because I don't want to be grabbing that spark plug again. Okay, we'll go get that done and I'll show you once that's installed. Got her all put together. Here's the ones we did. Let's see the other ones. And while we were in here, just pulled the blade off and cleaned that all up. And I sharpened 2 inside blades. So if you want to get to those, just take that small chute off the back, then rotate it, and then you can access those bolts. To take this off, just take that crank bolt off, and then take the 2 here off, and that blade will fall right off. And sharpen it up, put it back on. So now we're gonna put the covers back on and the chute, both chutes, I guess. Get the gas tank back on there and fire it up. I'll probably give the rest of it a once over first, and then we'll start that up, see what's going on with that switch, and go from there. Well, that's a wrap on this one, I guess. Get the switch, new switch put in, and everything put back together. This is actually in good shape, other than the issues it was having. I don't think they've used it very much, leaving all the paint still on all the chutes. So starts right up. I'll see if I can do it one-handed. That'll be the end of this one. On to the next.